Last video had you all fired up, and we couldn't just leave it there. So we went back in, dug a little deeper, and what we found this time around is somehow worse.
That's a tooth in my food.
Some truths that are going to be difficult to watch, but impossible to ignore.
You know, all the beef tastes different. At Burger King, McDonald's, you're not eating beef, you're eating meat.
Let's begin before it's too late.
That's like, I don't know what that is.
So this clip has been making rounds online for a while now, and honestly, it isn't hard to see why. McDonald's CEO uploaded a video promoting the new Big Arch Burger, and things got weird fast. The bite he took was tiny, almost suspicious.
Moment of truth. That is so good. That's a big bite for a big arch.
People went in immediately with theories about the meat, about chemicals, about a CEO who wouldn't actually eat his own product. Someone even called him a bot. What made it worse was that he referred to the burger as a product, not food.
It's distinctively McDonald's. Only McDonald's could do this type of burger, but it also is unlike anything else on our menu. It's a delicious product.
After the video blew up, Wendy's and Burger King CEOs posted their own eating clips. None of them had the same energy. So what do you guys think is actually going on here?
Not bad, right?
Only one thing missing. A napkin.
The rabbit hole goes a lot deeper than this. Like, subscribe, and let's keep pulling at the thread together. Glitch of life. A new conspiracy theory is making serious waves online, and this one isn't easy to dismiss. The claim was that Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, had either eliminated or been replaced by a clone. On March 12th, a video dropped of him speaking at a press conference, and people immediately noticed something was deeply off. His teeth appeared to shift mid-speech, sometimes visible through closed lips, sometimes changing shape entirely. Then there were his hands, at one point clearly showing more than 5 fingers. Right there on camera, no room for misinterpretation. The video went viral fast, with people pointing to AI generation and a cover-up of Netanyahu's actual passing. And then, another clip dropped. This new clip shows Netanyahu inside a cafe, coffee in hand, seemingly trying to prove to the world that he is alive and well. But whoever was behind it apparently got careless again. Eagle-eyed viewers noticed the coffee cup was filled right to the brim and never once spilled. Not a drop. Then comes the face. People pulled up older footage and placed it side by side with this clip, and the differences are hard to ignore. No wrinkles. A noticeably different nose shape. Almost like whoever was on camera was working from a rough approximation of the man rather than actually being him. And someone even dug up old clips of him drinking from glasses. In every single one, he used his left hand. In this video, he reached for the cup with his right. And now, the theories had taken an even wilder turn. Because at this point, why wouldn't they? People have started questioning whether Netanyahu was even fully human to begin with. The idea being thrown around is that he might have been an alien or an AI construct that is simply starting to lose its human shape under the pressure of public scrutiny. Honestly, after everything that has surfaced over the past week, I'm not sure I can rule it out. Meat controversy. There's this theory circulating for a while, claiming McDonald's was using human meat in their burgers. And then, out of nowhere, this guy appeared online, said he was a former corporate McDonald's chef, and uploaded a video completely denying the whole thing.
Anyone in the comments that says, yes, there's human DNA in McDonald's beef patties, your next step is to go get meat, go get it tested, and get the answer. If you're not going to do that, then you could just shut the...
Even told people to go test the meat themselves if they didn't believe him. You'd think that would have settled it, but it did the opposite. The comments flooded in almost immediately, with people sharing their own strange experiences with McDonald's food. One person claimed their friend bit into a burger and found a baby tooth inside. So, have you guys ever had something like that happen? Drop it in the comments. Burning ramen. This one genuinely caught me off guard. A guy had filmed himself setting ramen noodles on fire, and they burned for 18 straight minutes without falling apart. What made it even stranger was that some kind of chemical was visibly burning off the noodles separately. something on them that leaked out of them.
This is chicken ramen. It's been burning for about 18 minutes now. Underneath it, you'll see the chemicals that came off of it still burning. And it's still intact.
I have heard things about ramen and preservatives before, but nothing like this. These were noodles that survived nearly 20 minutes of direct flame, and people eat this stuff regularly, thinking it's just a quick meal. Makes you wonder what's actually going on in that packaging. Immortal burger. So this woman had done something pretty simple, but the results had people completely unsettled. She filmed a 10-month-old McDonald's burger next to a 2.5-month-old slice of wheat bread for comparison. The bread was covered in mold. The burger looked like it had just been served. People didn't know what to make of it. But then another clip surfaced. An old woman who had kept a McDonald's hamburger for 20 years, and it still looked the same. Untouched, not a spot of mold.
The bread has never molded. The meat has never rotted. It's never even broken. It's completely intact.
Now, some people argued it was just propaganda, a controlled setup to discredit the chain. But then this guy took it further, ran a month-long experiment comparing burgers from 3 different companies.
Black mold everywhere. You can see the little hairy things growing, but I guess that's exactly what real food should do.
Only one of them came out the other side completely intact. It wasn't hard to guess which one.
The Big Mac looks showroom ready. Look at this. It looks just like its 7-month-old brother. It looks brand freaking new.
Strange discovery. This woman uploaded a clip that only added fuel to all the suspicion already surrounding McDonald's. She said she was eating a burger when she bit into something that definitely wasn't supposed to be in there.
Couple bites. And I feel something in my mouth. And I'm thinking, oh fuck, did I chip my tooth? So I'm feeling around. Nope, not me. What's this?
Pulled it out on camera, said it looked like a human tooth. Whether it was real or staged, the internet couldn't decide, but the video spread fast. What do you guys think, prank or something else entirely?
It's a f***ing tooth. That's a goddamn tooth. In my food.
This one was hard to dismiss. A woman had been eating a burger from a different food chain when she found something inside that stopped her cold. She pulled it out on camera. And yeah, it genuinely looked like a baby tooth.
I just bought this hamburger from A1 Burgers on Vernon near the Mert Park. And I just bit down on what looks like a baby tooth.
Hard to argue with that. She said she was never going back. And honestly, that felt like the only reasonable response. With more and more people finding things like this in restaurant food lately, maybe it really is time to start thinking about what we're actually eating.
And he found a tooth, somebody else's tooth, in chicken nugget.
Gates spray.
Next time you're in the produce aisle, please be on the lookout for this label. And whatever you do, do not go near it. Appeal, or Edappeal, is a World Economic Forum and Bill Gates funded product that is being sprayed on fruits and vegetables, which are on the verge of spoiling, so that they appear fresh and last longer.
Clips of Bill Gates had been circulating for years, but this one carried a little more weight than the usual stuff. While most people had their attention locked on the Persian Gulf tensions and the Epstein files dropping, Gates had apparently been busy with something else entirely, a project called Appeal. Chemicals being sprayed onto fruits and vegetables close to expiring and allegedly approved by the USDA.
You can't trust what you're getting from the supermarket. If you're getting fresh produce, it's best to go to a farmer's market where you actually know the farmer. You can't trust the food system right now.
People were already skeptical of him ever since the rumors spread that his vaccine programs were less about saving lives and more about quietly reducing the population. This just gave those theories a lot more traction.
George Soros, Bill Gates, and many more are pursuing a depopulation agenda. Poison in the food, fake medicine, endocrine disrupt.
Hollywood cannibals.
If the Epstein files have taught us anything, it's that a shadow elite isn't just obsessed, they're addicted to the unthinkable. The meat of children.
After the Epstein files dropped, all kinds of disturbing rumors started making the rounds, and this one was among the darker ones. Most people associate cannibalism with ancient tribes in some distant corner of the world, not Hollywood dinner parties. But posts started surfacing online, claiming that the files named Ellen DeGeneres as the most prolific cannibal on the list. People started sharing their own unsettling stories and experiences shortly after.
Just saw a gentleman claim that he was on the Ellen DeGeneres show because he was a child prodigy chess player, and that just after he got off set, he looks to his right and sees Ellen's dressing room door open. It was open just enough that he can see her manually dislocating her jaw, embodying an entire Gelson's rotisserie chicken in one gulp. She then turned and looked at him and hissed. He sprinted all the way to his dressing room and tried to tell his mom, but she didn't believe him. And I'm pretty sure that's not the first time somebody has told a similar story about Ellen DeGeneres. And a lot of people in the comments are saying, are you sure that was a rotisserie chicken? Let me know what you think in the comments.
And the thread just kept growing. Whether it turns out to be true or not, if the elite really is involved in this, what else have they been keeping from us? Ellen wasn't the only name getting dragged through the mud after the Epstein files dropped. Filmmaker Woody Allen had also found himself at the center of something deeply unsettling. A series of emails allegedly exchanged between Allen and Epstein had started circulating online, and the contents raised some serious eyebrows. The messages seemed to suggest that both men had been indulging in cannibalism, though some people argued it was just dark humor between two eccentric guys. But here's where it gets harder to dismiss. There is an almost suspicious amount of references to beef jerky scattered throughout Jeffrey Epstein's emails, and people started theorizing that it was being used as a code word for human flesh.
There are 781 emails related to beef jerky, and some of them are a lot more concerning than others. Hi, Jeffrey asked that you make some beef jerky for him. He's continuously wanting beef jerky made. Would it be possible for you to make another batch of beef jerky for Jeffrey Epstein? He is running out.
In one thread, Epstein even exchanged recipes with a chef whose restaurant was literally called The Cannibal. If that doesn't seal it for you, I honestly don't know what will. Gravy cult. A wild conspiracy theory had surfaced online, and the evidence was unsettling. One man claimed that fast food meat didn't just taste different because of recipes, it was because they were using human meat.
Burger King, McDonald's, you're not eating beef, you're eating human meat.
Wait, what?
You're not eating beef, you're eating human meat. That a lot of people don't know, gang. You're eating yourself because they have to do this, right? Again, you have to willingly do it, gang.
Many brushed it off, but some in the comments were convinced he was right. They pointed to a recent KFC advertisement that had gone viral. The ad felt uncanny, almost sinister. In one scene, a woman held a man and dipped him into a pool of gravy. When she pulled him out, he had been transformed into a giant piece of fried chicken. People were left horrified. Many believed the company had accidentally revealed too much.
What do? They eat him. And look, in red letters says belief in chicken. It's just showing. Yeah, it's trying to tell us like they use cannibalism to eat people.
Sparking theories of cult-like rituals, human sacrifice, and even cannibalism hidden in plain sight. Printed fish. A fisherman was offshore when he caught what looked like an ordinary fish. Later, while examining it more closely, he noticed something unsettling. The surface of the fish appeared to have a visible 3D printed pattern, almost artificial in texture. The man was shocked and claimed it couldn't be natural. He believed someone had created it or was tampering with marine life. Others online took the theory even further, suggesting it was proof that even fish in the water were being artificially created. Whether hoax or misunderstood, the fish left people questioning what else might be not so natural. Sponge bread. Something has been off about supermarket bread for a while, and this guy decided to actually test it. He placed a loaf of Walmart bread under running water to see how it held up, and instead of breaking apart, it behaved more like a sponge. He squeezed it, and it compressed like a rag, snapping right back into shape.
I don't know what this is, but this a mother sponge or something.
People in the comments started chiming in, saying they'd noticed their bread wasn't molding anymore either, which is its own kind of unsettling. Others ran the same test and got identical results. Then came the comparison that really drove it home. A woman in Australia tested her local bread underwater and it disintegrated within seconds. So yeah, something is seriously wrong with what's being sold as food in this country.
All right. Straight away.
Pink slime. This guy had ordered a steak, and things took a turn the moment he looked a little closer at what was on his plate. Instead of actual meat, the inside of the steak was filled with some kind of pinkish goop.
It's like, I don't know what that is.
And he caught the whole thing on camera. That thing was straight up slime. The clip spread fast and reignited rumors about 3D printed meat being passed off as the real thing. Turns out, a company in Israel is already producing meat alternatives made from soy and other ingredients, shaped to look like actual cuts. If they're doing this openly, it makes you wonder what else is quietly ending up on our plates. Mutant chicken. KFC's signature dish has always been their chicken. It's literally in the name. But that didn't stop a pretty persistent rumor from spreading that what they were actually serving wasn't normal poultry at all. The theory claimed the company had switched to genetically engineered hens, mutant meat, and that the rebrand from Kentucky Fried Chicken to just KFC was a deliberate move to sidestep any legal issues around calling it chicken. The name change ended up doing the opposite of killing the rumor. It basically poured fuel on it. KFC publicly denied everything and even took the people who started it to court. But for a lot of people, that denial only made things feel more suspicious. Sinister logo? The devil is in the details. Or in this case, the logo. Starbucks had been hiding something in plain sight for years, and most people just never noticed. The original mascot was a scantily clad siren with 2 mermaid tails, and when flipped upside down, people claimed the image bore a pretty uncomfortable resemblance to the devil. Far-fetched? Maybe. But the logo was quietly updated multiple times since then, each revision stripping away more of the original imagery. By 1992, designer Heckler had zoomed so far into the siren that only the tops of her tails were visible and her navel was completely gone. Funny how every redesign seemed to move further and further away from that original image. Junk labels. This one was a quiet kind of eye-opener. Mexican grocery stores had been putting warning labels directly on products, flagging excessive calories, sugar, and sodium. Simple enough, but when someone started checking which products were getting flagged, it was American food brands dominating the list, nearly across the board. Even a light mayonnaise was flagged for saturated fat, light mayo.
They market mayonnaise as light mayonnaise, but it's excessive saturated fats. And it's also hydrogenated oils and modified ingredients.
Maybe the people with enough money to fund space travel and sun-blocking experiments could redirect some of that energy toward making food that doesn't need a warning label.
Sugars, oils, and salts create hyper-palatable foods, which makes your dopamine go through the roof, which makes you eat more, even if it's not good for you.
Magnetic chicken. An unsettling clip circulated online, leaving people completely puzzled. A woman went out shopping for chicken, but what she discovered changed her mind instantly. She picked up a packet and brought a magnet close to it just to test something she had heard. To her shock, the magnet stuck to the chicken.
Put a magnet that I got from here.
People were horrified, asking what on earth was going on. Many claimed the meat had been filled with unknown substances, while others believed metals were secretly added. A chilling thought. Maybe it's time we all start raising our own food. McDonald's conspiracy. McDonald's had just released a brand new milkshake flavor, but soon after, clips started spreading online, showing people acting very strange after drinking it. At first, everything seemed normal people happily sipping away.
So I taste, right off the bat, I'm tasting blue raspberry.
But minutes later, the mood shifted. They were shivering, unconscious, and the milkshake itself was coming back out of their mouths. The disturbing part was that people couldn't help but notice how similar it looked to zombies. Theories spread fast. Some believed the new drink wasn't just a milkshake, it was infecting people with something darker, maybe even a virus designed to turn them into something else. Others argued it was just food poisoning. But if that's true, why does it look so sinister? Could this shake be the start of a zombie outbreak? Glowing sushi. Our worries about food didn't stop at McDonald's milkshakes, because apparently something stranger was happening elsewhere. A woman shared footage of her sushi order, and it was glowing. Yes, the pieces were literally giving off light.
Black trucks and men in black out there.
No, I was wondering why my sushi was glowing.
As if bioluminescent. People online were stunned, asking if food like this could even exist naturally. Many believed this wasn't a coincidence, but proof that our meals were being tampered with for some hidden purpose. The unsettling discovery left people questioning what we've really been eating. Online, users began urging others to cook only at home, warning that it might no longer be safe to trust anyone. Mysterious paw. Many people had long suspected something strange about certain Chinese restaurants. Some even said the smell was off. Well, a woman decided to find out for herself. While ordering food, she secretly filmed the kitchen, and what she captured left viewers horrified. Sitting on the counter was what appeared to be an unidentified animal paw. Theories poured in online as people tried to figure it out. Some claimed it looked like a bear claw, while others eerily suggested it resembled a human foot. Whatever it was, it didn't look like something that belonged in a kitchen, and many believed it was completely illegal. Cracked harvest. With all the strange things happening lately, this one hits close to home. A woman in Indiana bought some apples, and they looked nothing like the crisp, smooth fruit we're used to. Instead, their skins were split with deep cracks, like they'd been dried out or stressed from the inside.
Apples should not crack like this. This came from in Indiana.
It's unsettling, and she's not the only one who noticed. People online echoed the same thought. They'd never seen apples like this before. Whether it's the weather, soil, or something more sinister, the signs are showing up right on our plates, and our food system's problems just keep getting harder to ignore.
Something is happening to our food supply. I've never in my life seen this happen.
Strange sky. Something has been off about the sky over parts of India, and people weren't staying quiet about it. The color had shifted, and temperatures had dropped in ways that felt anything but natural.
And the sky's color is off today, and the temperature has dropped down.
Theories spread fast. Chemtrails, bioweapons, atmospheric interference. But one name kept coming up more than any other: Bill Gates. And here's the thing. The US government had actually admitted that chemtrails were real, just filed under the name geoengineering. Around the same time, news had been circulating about scientists pushing to physically block out the sun as a solution to climate change. People started connecting the dots. That what was being sprayed over populated skies was quietly working toward exactly that goal, whether it's climate science or something darker. The question nobody was answering was what the actual cost of all this would be. Cloud factory? A strange theory began circulating online about cloud factories hidden from the public eye. One clip, filmed in a remote area, fueled the speculation. It showed thick white vapor billowing from a facility and forming what looked like a full cloud drifting into the sky. People were stunned, claiming this was proof of manufactured weather or a new form of large-scale cloud seeding. Some even connected it to the recent catastrophic floods worldwide, suggesting a possible link between these factories and extreme weather. While skeptics dismissed it as normal industrial emissions, many couldn't shake the feeling something was off. Toxic snow? Turns out the strange snow people had been noticing this year wasn't just some weird weather quirk. A woman had taken samples of snow from Texas and sent them off for lab testing, and the results confirmed what a lot of people had already suspected. Dangerous chemicals were present in the snow, the same chemicals being linked back to chemtrail activity. People had already found the snow behaving oddly. Now there was paperwork to back up why. What made it worse was the bigger picture. If those chemicals were coming down with the snow, they were also soaking into the soil. Whatever gets planted this spring is growing in that same ground. Cracked sky. Up in the skies of Seattle City, back on August 9th, 2025, pedestrians for a brief moment could see a kind of crack with a black sky beyond it that was visible. It almost looks as if the sky were made up of glass and could come down shattering at any moment, bringing an end to the planet. This crack was later either hidden by the government to avoid panic or disappeared, leaving every second that passed by to be burrowed in time. Second sun? China's artificial sun experiments were already known, but this sighting sent people spiraling. Residents filmed the sky and claimed they saw two suns sitting side by side. Impossible to ignore. Some believed China had finally launched an artificial sun into the sky. Others went further, saying it was an ancient, wandering planet revealing itself near the end times, possibly threatening our real sun. Fear spread quickly, but skeptics pushed back, calling it nothing more than an optical illusion caused by atmospheric conditions. Still, the footage didn't sit right with everyone, because illusions don't usually look that solid. Toxic fog. Across U.S. states from Tennessee to Georgia and as far as Australia, people looked out their windows and saw something unsettling last year. It was thick, heavy fog, not the usual morning mist, which was strange, blinding, and some even claimed the air smelled unusual.
It smells like after you set off a bunch of fireworks, and like the taste of the air is, the only word I can think of is toxic.
Soon, rumors of a global toxic fog conspiracy began. Researchers examined samples and suggested that local industry and weather patterns can create heavy, lingering mists. But the same strange fog appearing in far-off places told a louder story. Conspiracy theorists claimed secret spraying programs or covert chemical tests are altering local air. For many who breathed that fog, the worry wasn't only health. It was the feeling that something unseen was changing the air all at once. Fog aftermath. After a strange fog passed through towns, people found something impossible growing from the ground. Residents reported seeing fine, hair-like strands rising with morning dew.
This hair growing out of the cat poo on the ground.
Puzzling scientists and neighbors alike. Some researchers suggest fungal growths, fibers from airborne microbes, or plant-like filaments encouraged by chemicals in the fog. Others tied it to the earlier fog reports and asked if airborne pollutants changed the ground's tiny life forms. For many, the sight read like a warning. When the air changes, the ground can answer back, sometimes with small, strange signs people never expected to see underfoot. Plastic cheese. Cheese was supposed to be a must-have in almost anything we eat, but it seemed even that wasn't safe anymore. A woman filmed a shocking clip comparing natural cheese with processed cheese. The natural one melted just as expected, but the processed slice? It burned, blackened, and refused to melt.
This is some indestructible cheese. Rats don't even want this.
Viewers were stunned. Some even claimed it looked more like plastic than food. Others pointed out that even plastic melts, yet this so-called cheese just charred. The unsettling discovery left many questioning what exactly was being sold to us in the name of cheese. Weird rain? On July 5th, 2025, residents across multiple cities in Texas reported an unusual phenomenon: rain falling in a vivid blue color.
Got a lake right here.
The strange blue water appeared in both rural and urban areas, drawing curiosity and speculation, as the event received little mainstream coverage or explanation. In one city, observers even noted that some of the rainwater turned into a thick, jelly-like substance shortly after hitting the ground.
Look at that. This is crazy.
While the cause remains unclear, the bizarre downpour left locals puzzled and sparked widespread discussion online, with many sharing photos and accounts of the mysterious blue rain across the state. Cannibal claim. This English model disclosed something shocking about Hollywood, but maybe on second thought, not really. There have been many rumors about there being cannibalism rituals in Hollywood. She claimed that during one of the last elite gatherings she attended, guests were openly engaging in cannibalism, and the experience triggered a full panic attack because she had never witnessed anything like it before. According to her, it wasn't symbolic or theatrical. It felt disturbingly real. There's no reason for the woman to invent such a thing, is it? Maybe Hollywood actually is a much scarier place than we all imagined.
Wasn't a hall, but like the main room where everyone was, and there's a body on a table just like this. In fact, this is round about the same size that it was, like an overweight fella's body.
In an interview, Megan Fox spoke openly about rituals she performed with Machine Gun Kelly, and it left people uneasy.
Just a few drops, but yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only.
She described them as spiritual practices meant to strengthen their bond. There was no hesitation in her voice. Viewers weren't shocked that rituals existed. Hollywood rumors had been around forever, but the openness was new. The conversation reignited claims that celebrity relationships weren't as romantic as they appeared.
He's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul, let me bleed on you.
To skeptics, it sounded like modern witchcraft dressed up as spirituality, how certain elites, celebrities, and high-ranking officials barely seem to age, and that observation has fueled theories about secret youth-preserving substances. A controversial clip intensified those suspicions by allegedly showing an elite figure being injected with something described as adrenochrome, reportedly costing $20,000 per dose.
Alright, so I'm doing an adrenochrome, $20,000 IV.
I think so.
Yeah.
Viewers reacted strongly, saying the practice looked unethical and deeply disturbing. The elites operate under different rules, keeping whatever advantages they have carefully hidden in plain sight. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.